Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be reviewing this amazing little figure from Transform Elements OP Leader. So let's get right to it. So as always, starting from the box, as you can see in the front, we've got a really nice black and white blueprint kind of style photo of the actual figure, and this is a third-party take on Marterpiece Optimus Prime. On the bottom we have TE-01 metal deformation, and on the top here we've got the Transform Elements logo. Left side we've got again TE-01. On the right side we've got the actual name, OP Leader, and some really cool comic looking style photo on the background. On the back we've got another figure pose and some details on the accessories, the energy tomahawk, laser cannon, and some stats here for Optimus Prime, or OP Leader I should say. And that's it about the box, pretty simple. So as usual I'll be starting from the truck mode. So we've got the classic red and blue Optimus Prime truck with the silver grille on the front, silver bumper, and the silver smokestacks. And you know, pretty G1-ish, pretty basic. And I mean, that's what this company really went for. Quite a very G1 style. So the truck is pretty decent. Obviously there's a little bit of detailing. You can see through the glasses there, but this obviously is the robotic parts of the chest. Unfortunately, they did not manage to make a seat resemblance like some other figures did. And you know, you've got some detailing of rivets, you know, on the plates here, and some headlights. I would like to see some color on the headlights instead of this just silver coloring there, but nonetheless it's a pretty decent truck mode. So on the back you've got the blue rear sides, and unfortunately these are not painted either, so they're just silver. And you also have this little accessory here. This does detach, and I'm not sure if this actually can fit with any of the trailers from other figures, but it's nice that they have included it. Unfortunately, he does not come with rubber tires. You've got these hard plastic tires, which, you know, for the most part they do what they're supposed to. It's a little bit squeaky, and unfortunately on the underside this might get a bit in the way, so yeah, it does touch a bit. And for the most part it's quite a clean transformation. You can't really tell. I mean, yeah, it's obviously, this is Optimus Prime, so these are the hands, you can tell these are the legs, but for the most part, most of the pieces do hide away quite well. So there's not much else to be said about the truck mode. Yeah, these can be folded in, and these can be moved up and down, so that's pretty much it about the truck mode. So let's get on to size comparison. So here he is together with Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime. So it's just a little bit smaller on the length, but other than that it's pretty much close. Here's together with Leader Class animated Ultra Magnus, who is quite a bit larger. I mean, this is supposed to be a Masterpiece scale, so you can pretty much tell the difference. And here he is together with fourth party Fury Leader, aka movie Galvatron, who is quite larger than this one. I mean, this is an oversized figure, so you pretty much get an idea of how big this is. Now as for the transformation, even though it's not that complicated, it does have a little bit of tinkering to it, so here goes. So there we have Transform Elements OP Leader all transformed up in his robot mode, and I gotta say on a first glance he does look pretty good and definitely very G1-ish. And of course we've got the faceplate of the Transformers movie, and I'm not talking about the Michael Bay Jumpverse version, we're talking about the 1986 cartoon movie. And he does come with a second faceplate, which is a more rounded version, and I think this is more of the G1 cartoon series, if I'm not mistaken. But I've kept this one on because I do like it better. It is a bit of a fuss to change it because you need to unscrew the back and you have to take the entire head off and apart to actually fit the other one. So let's take a closer look. Definitely very detailed version and very G1-ish once again. And of course the chest does open to reveal some really cool details on the mechanical details of the inside of the chest. And of course the matrix of leadership housing does open to allow for the matrix to come out, and this does come out, but it is a bit difficult to take it out of there. And I love the coloration, this chrome, silver and the gold on the sides together with the blue gem, and some really cool Cybertronian and robotic details there. And I like how you can still see some of the details from the truck, like the rivets here or the small headlights. And moving further down, of course you've got the red, clear blue plastic for the chest, the chromed out ab section, some yellow and white for the crotch, white for the top part of the legs, chrome here on the side for the tank, and that same blue for the rest of the feet, and blue for the hands as well. And chrome for the smokestacks, and as you can see on the back, what a clean design this is. I mean, okay, the transformation is fairly straightforward, but you do have some issues with the clearance when it comes to these parts for the most part, but I mean, it's a pretty easy transformation, and I gotta say it's definitely worth it when you have this kind of a clean back on such a figure. And this came out in 2021 if I'm not mistaken, and I mean, Hasbro Takara, they still can't make figures with such a clean back. It's so disappointing. Now moving on to articulation, the head can rotate 360 and he can look up that far and can't really move down. Now the shoulder is on a ratchet, soft ratchet joint, it can do a full 360. Unfortunately this does like to pop up, and it can do a 90-degree movement upwards, and if you so like you can disengage the back latch here and it allows for a bit of a butterfly joint. And then moving down onto the elbow, you do have just about 120-degree bend upwards, and you also have that weird joint which is for the transformation that moves on the side. As for the hand, you have a full rotation on the wrist, and the thumb is on a double hinge, one on the base and one here. As for the finger, the index is individually articulated on two hinge joints, and the other four fingers are set together again on those two joints, and they are quite stiff. Moving down onto the waist, you have a waist rotation, but it can only do about 180 degrees. You cannot do a full 360 due to the transformation and no up crunch. The skirts can be moved upwards, and the one on the side is attached together with the back one, so they all move together as one piece. And this does get a bit in the way of the waist articulation, so that's a bit of a negative. As for the legs, you can do a full 90 front kick and that far back for the back kick. And of course you can do the splits without any problem. And going down to the knee, you have a knee rotation, no thigh rotation unfortunately, and you've got a bit of a 180-degree bend. And last but not least, you've got a very nice pivot on the foot and a bit of an upwards bend on the toes. So that's it about the articulation. I mean, it doesn't really need any more. I would like to see individually articulated fingers as always, and obviously no up crunch, but for the most part he is pretty solid. He can pull off a wide variety of poses, and that's all that really matters. Now as for accessories, he does get the ion cannon, which does light up with this switch right here, and to attach it, pretty simple. You just open up the hand, there is a little groove in there, and you can just attach the little tab in there like so, and it stays in pretty well. So no problem holding his weapons. And you also get another attachment, which is the Energon axe. Now to attach this one, you need to transform the hand back. So you just need to open up these, make sure that the fingers are aligned like so. So the thumb needs to be on the inside, the lower four need to be folded all the way in, and the index finger is kind of like halfway closed. So you just go on and attach this onto this bar right here, like so. Come on. And that's it for the accessories. They stay on pretty good, and I'm quite happy with that, and definitely very show accurate. And of course you can pull off a lot of poses if you so like. Now as for size comparison, here he is with the original OG MP1 Optimus, and as you can see, Optimus is quite larger, but this was a larger sized Masterpiece. At least as far as I know, the newer Masterpiece are about this size. And here he is together with Fans Toys Thomas, which is approximately about the same size. And just for reference, here he is together with Leader Class Megatron from the movie, and they're about the same size with the Leader Class. Now to summarize the review, I do like this figure. It is definitely one of the most G1 accurate figures out there, and I love that fact. But I mean, compared to MP44 or the new iteration of the Magic Squared version, he is a bit lacking in terms of articulation, and obviously it is a bit of an older design in terms of engineering. But other than that, I'm pretty happy I bought this. It was quite cheap. I got it for like 80 euros on the Bumblebee website, and I'm quite happy with it. I'm definitely buying the other iterations just to compare them together, because I think it's definitely worth to have. So I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5, obviously because of the lack of articulation and a bit of a difficulty with the transformation in terms of the clearance on certain parts. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Please like and subscribe, and until next time, take care, bye bye.